Despite his devotion to his hometown, Salem, Hubie is a figure of mockery for kids and adults alike. But this year, something is going to bump in the night, and it's up to Hubie to save Halloween. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Movie Files. I am here today to give you my movie review for the new Netflix comedy horror film starring Adam Sandler. We're talking Hubie Halloween. Very excited to let you all know what I thought about this film that, if it would have been in the theaters, would have saved cinema as we know it. I'm going to let you all know if it's worth checking out in this non-spoiler review. Before we dive into the review, as you can see on the screen now, make sure you're following me on all my other social media accounts. That way you all can stay up to date with what's going on over here at Movie Files. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my other movie reviews, TV reviews, live streams, and all the fun things we do over here on this channel. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Helps out the channel, but I also really appreciate it. And in the comments, guys, let's have a discussion. What'd you think about Hubie Halloween? Did you get some good laughs? Was this the worst Adam Sandler film you've ever seen? Let's have some great discussions in the comments below. So let's just call it, it is what it is at this point, right? Happy Productions, it isn't like, you know, there's a couple hit or misses. Like, no, this is like a consistent thing. I'm going to pull it up on the screen now, guys. As you can see, this production company has not been making the best of films for a very long time. I mean, we're looking at this. Look at these Rotten Tomato scores: 9%, 11%, 2%. We got some 20s in there, some 3s, a couple zeros, and then most recently with this year's The Wrong Missy. Listen, they're not in this industry. They're not making movies to get Oscars. They're not making movies to be the funniest movie of the year. They're making movies, and in particularly Adam Sandler, he's making movies that he's having fun with, that he has his friends that he's done SNL skits with, done movies with. They're just having a good time. And don't we all strive for that in life, to get to a certain point in our lives where we can make what we want to make, we can do the things we want to do because we've worked so hard, we're busted our ass to get at this point. So I always commend Adam Sandler. Even though the Jack and Jills of the world, the Ridiculous Six of the world, the Wrong Missies of the world, they're just not that good, but they're having a good time, guys. So that's my point of view. When I went into Hubie Halloween, I knew what I was getting into. So let's just kick this thing off with the positives. This film knows what it is, guys. It does, I will say, for a Halloween film, which again, my thought process with Adam Sandler making these movies, they're poking fun at the genre, whether it be a romantic comedy, whether it be a Halloween film, whether it be a murder mystery, whether it be, you know, the different genres they tackle, the Western genres. They're poking fun. They're trying to make parody films and have a good time at making them. Now, comedy is very subjective. I don't find those films to be very funny, but they're just making the stuff that makes them happy. So again, taking that as you will, this was a fun Halloween film. This, at the end of the day, this film did make me get excited for the time of the year. This is my favorite time of the year. I felt like this town embraced Halloween. It was like their best and most looked forward to festivities of the year. This Salem town where everyone's just dressing up in costumes, having fun. I mean, it does have some Halloween horror-ish type of tropes, whether it be a werewolf, whether it be a killer on the loose, whether it be paying homage to Halloween and the person behind the mask and the POV of the person behind the mask. This film is having a good time, and I had some fun with it. In particularly when you look at Adam Sandler, man, as he's doing like his kind of Bobby Boucher accent, which was kind of hard to understand at the time. Hubie, man, he was an endearing character, man. He was, even though I mentioned some of those trash films, Adam Sandler tries to put like these kind of themes, these positive things in his film. And I think in this movie in particular, which was a positive for me, don't make fun of people, man. People that put themselves or put others before themselves, show them some love, man. Show them some respect. And I felt that from Hubie, man. I thought that Adam was, you know, a fun character at times, a very ridiculous character at times, which we'll talk a little bit about later. But overall, I thought Hubie was fine. But there were some other characters. Again, when you see Adam Sandler movies, you know you're going to get some cameos of people you've seen in the past, other celebrities. You get one cameo at the very beginning of this movie that I was actually very pleasantly surprised by, and I won't mention who it is and what movie they're in, but I really enjoyed that. But then you have some people that he's worked with in the past, like a Kevin James, who, you know, Kevin's another Adam Sandler where he just does movies that makes him happy, and I thought he had a couple funny moments. I'll say that him and Kenan Thompson, I thought were kind of funny, especially Kenan Thompson as the kind of the officer. I thought he had some funny moments. But it was characters like Maya Rudolph, who I'm a huge fan of. I thought that her and Tim Meadows as the Hennessy family, they had me laughing. I'm not going to lie. Every time they were on screen, I had a good laugh from them. I think of one character in particular, Julia Bowen, who's playing the love interest in this film. I love Julia, man. I think she has such great comedic time, and she's worked with Adam in the past, and I thought that their back and forth was really good. But I really enjoy her character. She was it takes a particular actress to play these roles where they're playing opposite of, you know, a Adam Sandler type of comedian who's an icon in his own sense. I really enjoyed her character. And then there were some other characters, too, that I found to be funny. I thought that Shaq's role as the DJ was a pretty funny skit when you see his character. So every now and then, man, there were some characters that I thought weren't necessarily over the top as the Adam Sandler Hubie character was. I thought they were very kind of grounded to a certain extent. And I had some good laughs with this film. You know, kind of transitioning some other things that just, let's call it isn't a good movie. I'm going to get into my criticisms here. This film, cohesively speaking, it isn't a narrative that makes a lot of sense. There are some, like, weird editing choices, song choices. There's just literally things on the screen that make no sense or have any implements to the actual story that's going on. There were some characters in this film. Again, I mentioned Kevin James. I mentioned even Adam Sandler at times where it was just like the poop jokes, the fart jokes, the pissing jokes, the boner jokes. Some of that stuff didn't work for me, which, by the way, going back to positives, Hubie's mom in this film, I thought her shirts was hilarious. June Squids, I believe her name is. A very good actress in her career. But going back to my cons, again, this film isn't great. It isn't always funny. And it is kind of unfortunate that even though Adam Sandler's trying to make his own lane, he's not trying to harken back to the classic Adam Sandler films, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, you know, Big Daddy. But every now and then, it is sad. You see them trying to use jokes from those films that just don't resonate with 2020 audience. And I felt like you don't have to try to go back in the well, man. It's just those jokes don't work nowadays. So it was some jokes I just found to be very old and very generic and just very kind of lazy writing, if I'm being honest. But at the end of the day, you can bash the hell out of this movie, and I can keep going on and on and on about, again, some of the acting, some of the performances. It did kind of make me sad, man. This has nothing to do with positive, negatives. I'm just kind of digressing at this point because I'm going to get to my score in a little bit. Noah, I believe his name is Noah Chip, or Noah Chop, the kid from Stranger Things who plays Will. Man, by the time we see Stranger Things season 4, these kids are going to look like adults. They're going to be replacing the adults in the new season. They're going to be playing adults, and they're going to have their own kids, man. I mean, that's just a side note, man. It was just, again, going back to his overall thoughts. Is this a good movie? No, but if you know what you're getting into for the last 15 years with these type of films, I think you'll find some fun things. I think you'll find some characters to be endearing, to have some funny jokes. But don't expect, if this is your first time watching the Adam Sandler Happy Productions film, you're probably not going to enjoy it. But if you know what you're getting into, again, Grown Ups, Ridiculous Six, The Wrong Missy, and so on and so forth, then you might find some enjoyment out of it. And I found some fun things in it, but I wouldn't say this is the best film. This isn't also. Adam Sandler said last year or 2 years ago, if I don't get any Oscar love for Uncut Gems, which he was fantastic in, by the way, then I'm going to make the worst movie ever. This isn't that, guys. I'm going to give Hubie Halloween a 2.5 out of 5. Yes, I'm going to give it a 2.5 because there were some moments. Again, Maya Rudolph, I thought that Julia Bowen, I thought that Adam had some good moments as Hubie. So a 2.5 out of 5. Take that number as you will. Again, you heard my positives, you heard my negatives. You determine if it's worth checking out. And when you do check it out, let me know you guys' positives, your negatives, the moments you found to be funny. And then I guess just for a fun note, what are some of your favorite Halloween kind of comedy films? And what kind of movies get you in a mood to have a good time with Halloween, but at the same time be a little scared? Let's have some discussions in the comments below. As always, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my other movie reviews, TV reviews, live streams, all the fun things we do here on this channel. There is tons of movie reviews that I put out in the last couple weeks, and more particularly in the last few days. A lot of horror movies, some TV shows that I'm loving, so definitely check out that content. Thank you all for watching this review, and we'll see you on the next video.